When I was younger, I wanted to be a teacher. So when I started secondary school, I thought I would work hard to achieve this. First year in secondary school was fine for me. I enjoyed class, learning the subjects, and no talk of exams, but this all changed in second year. At the beginning of second year, we started to hear about our junior cert projects we would be working on throughout the year. I specifically remember one day in a science class being told we needed to pick a topic to do our project on. I really wanted to do well, as it was worth 40% of our junior cert grade, and I knew I would struggle in the exam. So, when I was having a tough time picking a topic, I approached my teacher. This was when she told me if I failed this project, I would never get a job. Little did I know, this would be the start of endless hours being spent listening to teachers tell me that my exams defined the rest of my life. Every day leading up to the junior cert was the same, being told about how important it was for me to do well in those 3 weeks in June. I was never one to do amazing in exams, so this really stressed me out. But the projects I had completed in second year gave me the reassurance I needed to know I wouldn't completely fail. Despite all the stress I had faced in the junior cert, it was cancelled thanks to COVID. Then came the real change, transition year. TY was great. We were no longer in school just to do well in exams, and the work was a lot more practical than it had been, as it was focused on us as students and not how well we were going to do in an exam. I really struggled with my mental health in third year due to the stress I was facing every day, and was doing so much better in TY that I decided to set up a project to help raise awareness and overall to attempt to better the mental health of Irish students. It felt relieving knowing I was doing something to help students in the same position I was once in. But soon, everything changed again, in fifth year. I started the year full of motivation. My mental health project helped me realise I wanted to do a social justice degree, and I was determined to achieve this. We were welcomed back into school and then told it was time to put our heads down and take the Leaving Cert seriously. This brought back those same feelings, that same stress I felt in the junior cert, how everything relied on one exam. I soon struggled. For me, it felt like we were being taught about the subjects. We were learning the answer to the questions on the exam. For some students, this was great, but for me, it was terrible. There was no projects for me to rely on like I had in junior cert, so I had to do well in the exams. There was also little to no respect from teachers. We were preparing to go to college, yet we were still being treated like young children. We were told what clothes to wear, we had our phones taken away, and we had to ask permission to use the bathroom. I finally hit a breaking point, 2 weeks into sixth year, sitting in a double English on a Monday morning. At this stage, I wasn't doing well in school. My grades and attendance were at an all-time low, and if I wanted to study social justice in college, the only way I could get in was to do a level 5 course after sixth year. So sitting in that English class, I realised I was only wasting a year, being unhappy and stressed in a system I didn't agree with nor fit into. So after this class, I used my school iPad to apply at lunch a year early. There was a lot of people who told me I was doing the wrong thing and that I would never get far in life. Even my school guidance counsellor gave me a half-an-hour lecture about how I would never get a job or even a degree without a Leaving Cert. I ignored everyone who told me I was doing the wrong thing, and with the support of my parents and a few of my friends, I decided to leave and continue my education in the PLC course. Since that day, I have never looked back or had a single regret about leaving school. My first week of college felt strange. The atmosphere was completely different. The students were happier, and the teachers treated us like equals and not like we were under them. Over the coming weeks, even my friends told me they had never seen me so happy. I was finally happy in my education, and I was achieving grades I had never gotten before. There seems to be so much stigma around not going through the education system the normal way. The Leaving Cert should not be so exam-based. There should be options for students like me, whose intelligence does not shine through in exams, other than leaving school altogether. The government, especially the Department of Education, need to re-evaluate the Irish secondary school system, as it has not seen any major changes in almost 100 years. So, if I was Taoiseach for a day, I would stop defining our young people through how well they can cope in our school system, and finally, make education more inclusive for those, like me, who do not fit in within our education system.